everybody, it's Debbie here with Debbie Stamping Creations. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I am excited today to show you some easily duplicatable Christmas cards that you can get done using our Candy Canes background stamp. Now today is December 8th, 2021, and it's a big day at Stampin' Up! Because they're offering free shipping on orders of $50 or more. So if you have not ordered your supplies yet for your Christmas cards, now would be the perfect time to get that done. An order of $50 or more, free shipping. So I will have a link for the ordering in the description below. Also, if you do not have a demonstrator, I would love to be your demonstrator, and we have new catalogs coming out here in a few more weeks, and if you would like to receive one of those, please either email me or send me a message, let me know, and I will get you added onto my list and get a catalog out to you. Okay, so let's get started with our cards today. I'm actually going to show you a couple different cards, and we're going to start with this one here. I also used for this the Frosted Gingerbread stamp set. As you can see, Sending You Peppermint Kisses, which goes great with this paper or with this stamp. And I also die cut a few of the little candy design things out of the designer series paper that came with this suite. So remember, the mini catalog is ending at the end of December, so if there's anything in there that you've been wanting, again, would be the perfect time to get that and get it ordered. Alright, so let's start with, we're using our Real Red card base, which is 8.5 by 5.5, and when you score it and fold it, makes it 8.5 by 4.25. And then for our top on the front of the card, we have a layer of white that measures 5 1/4 by 4. Then we have a layer of the red, which measures 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. You can see it's going to be just a tiny little border around there. And then for our top piece, we have a piece that's 3 3/4 by 5. And I also have a strip of the red that we're going to use across here that measures 4 by 1/2 inch. So that's the measurements for the card. Let me show you how we're going to stamp this. The best way to use our background stamp is on the Stamparatus. And I love the Stamparatus because you can do, if you want to make 10 of these cards to mail out, it is so quick and easy to just stamp and stamp and stamp. It also is great for like the background stamps where you may not get the whole print the first time and you want to do it again. With this, you don't have to worry about trying to line it up again. You just stamp again and it will get covered. Normally with the Stamparatus, you would use magnets to hold your paper in place, but since we're doing a background stamp, I'm going to just put my paper there. I have marked on the bottom paper where I want this laid, so that if it does move, I know where to go back to put it. But you just ink it up and you can stamp this down. Most of the time, if you see how we did not get here, but the cool thing is I can go back and I can re-ink this and I can do it again, and I don't have to worry about lining the stamp up. I'm just going to push a little more in the middle, because that's where I didn't get it the first time. So hopefully we got it all this time. Let's try it again. And you can see I still have some that's not covering in the center. So let's ink that in the center, and let's try. I see it was over here. There's one right here. And that's looking pretty good. I think we pretty much got it. And we did. So now we can take this piece, and it's easy to put your card together. That turned out pretty good. Okay, so let's layer our layers. We're going to put this onto the red piece to start with. You can see it's just barely on the, I guess both sides of that were stamped. Put it on here. Now we're going to layer this onto our white piece. Now this red strip, we're just going to put it right across. You can put it anywhere you want it on the card. I'm doing it closer towards the bottom. And then I used our postage stamp punch to punch this greeting out. And I'm going to use dimensionals to place it on there. Actually, let's go ahead and put this on the front of the card before we start putting dimensionals on it. Just center that right in there. Now we can put dimensionals onto our Sending Peppermint Kisses. And we just need to put maybe 4 on here. And again, this is out of the Frosted Gingerbread set. We're going to put it about right here, and then I have a few pieces of this designer series paper. Is pretty cool. You can see there's lots of, like, I've cut out several pieces, but it's got little spiralies and it's got the peppermint candies. So that's where I cut mine from for this card. And we're going to, I like this one over here, and we're just going to put it on the corner like I did the first time, just right up here. Now I've got a couple other little pieces here, and we are going to let's use mini dimensionals for these, and that way they're popped up a little bit, give it just a little bit more dimension. So we can add this one down here, and we'll add a green one up towards the top then. Now for the inside of the card, I have a piece that's cut at 5 1/4 by 4. So it's just going to give us a place to write in here. And if you wanted to, you could put a few candies inside or even do some stamping in there. But for this today, I'm just putting this in here. So there's the first card. See how easy that was to stamp that card front using that background stamp? So you don't have to worry about not having designer series papers because and the stamp set even includes these stamps if you wanted to stamp your own candy right here, and then you could die cut those out. Okay, for the next card I'm going to show you Sending Peppermint Kisses, and this is the same kind of thing, but we're cutting just a little bit different. So let me get my pieces here. And you're starting again with the real red card base. And then for your top layer, it's 5 1/4 by 4. And then we have 3 strips of real red that are 5 by 1 1/4. So it's going to give you just a little bit of border around these. And then we have a piece that's 3 by 4 3/4 that we're going to stamp, and then we're going to cut it in 1-inch strips and place it on there. So let's again get the Stamparatus out and let me show you how easy and quick this can be. So we're going to put it right here at this corner. You can see I've been doing a lot of these cards. This is just so quick and easy to make this background, and there's so many different ways you can do it that it just, let me see if I can push that down a little bit more. You can see I've got a little bit of faint in the middle. I think it's time to re-ink my ink pad. I've been using this real red so much that I think it's starting to get tired. So I've got one section here that I want just a little bit darker, and I'm just going to push this down, and there you go, got it. See how that turned out so good? Now we're going to take that piece, and here's my cutter. We're just going to cut this into, like I said, 1-inch strips. That's why I like this cutter too. We can see it on both sides. I try to keep it in the order that I'm cutting it, but it's not really necessary because you can see that you can't really tell the difference too much when you're doing that. But now we're going to take those pieces and we're going to layer them onto the pieces of real red that we have here. So we'll there's one. And here is 2. And here is 3. So this was 5 by 3 3/4 inches. No, I'm sorry, 3 by 4 3/4 inches. That was the piece that we put. Now we're going to attach those to our white layer, and I try to attach the right piece first You can see you just want to have it even around. Then I go to the left piece, and that way I know I've got the outside pieces layered, so then I can just put the center piece and I've tore a piece there. That's all right, we'll tear that off. There we go. Now you've got just the center piece left, so you can just line it up in the middle. Okay, let me see if I can get this one in here. There you go. So now we got the front done, and what I've done is I've just taken a piece of our red ribbon and ran it around the front. I did this in about the center. I tuck the ribbon behind. Now we can put this onto the card base. Let me make sure this is fastened on here. We're going to attach this to the card base. Now for the greeting on this one, I have used our layering rectangles, and I cut the greeting, and then one layer larger I cut a piece of real red to make it kind of coordinate with the layering on the others. So I am going to attach this to the real red, and then again I'm going to use dimensionals to pop it up and put it on the front of the card. And then you can attach the little candies around if you'd like, which is what I've done here. I just like the little peppermint candies with the saying with the sending you peppermint kisses. So let me find a couple of them here. There's one, there's one. Oh, here's a little red one. Here's a little green one. So I'm just going to attach this to the corner of here with adhesive. And I think I'll use adhesive again to attach these on. And so you could add any that you wanted, any different embellishments to it. Okay, so that is card number 2. Now, card number 3, we're not going to put this together, but I did want to show you, this is basically the same layering as that. We've done a white card base here. Oh, I didn't put my white piece on the inside of here. I need to put my white piece inside. A 5 1/4 by 4, and just so we have someplace nice to write our message. So let's put that in there. So we have a place to put our message. Okay. Now this is the same layout, except I turned it sideways, but I want to show you how I embossed that. I recently had somebody say to me, man, I wish they had some different colored embossing powders. But you don't need a different embossing powder. I want to show you that you can emboss with any ink that we have. And a lot of people didn't know this. You can see on here, hopefully, that that's the greeting is embossed. So what I did was I used the Real Red ink, piece of white cardstock. Here is my greeting, and we have clear embossing powder. Now our embossing powders come in packages. So this one comes with white, black, or clear. And we're going to use the clear embossing powder. The thing with this is you need to make sure that you get the embossing powder on before your ink dries. So make sure you're all set up and ready to go. And we are going to stamp this and immediately pour the clear embossing powder on here. And then I was really hoping that you could see that a little bit better. But let me show you. You're going to take your powder off of here. And it's just kind of a little white powdery on top. You're going to use your heat gun. You can see it's starting to turn. And there you have it. A little spot at the bottom. So now you can see that that's embossed. So then you can cut that out and use it on the front of any of your cards. And you can do this with any color ink that you have. The secret is just making sure that you get that on there before it has a chance to dry. So you've got to get your powder on right away. And it's so hard to show this on the camera. But there you have embossed in red. There you can see it a little bit. Anyway, I wanted to share that and just let you know that you can emboss with any colors. There we go. All right, well, thanks for watching today. Don't forget, today is the only day for the free shipping on orders of $50 or more, and I will have that link below. I hope you're all having a wonderful month and you're getting your cards ready to be sent out. If I can help in any way, please let me know. Thank you. I'll see you next time.